Hey, it's been a while. Another car vlog. This is something that I've been learning to integrate in my own way as I go along. Preparing for this new timeline I'm on, really. It's what it is. And there have been a number of people throughout my life who have heard or even witnessed prophecies of visions of what I'm here to fulfill, right? Let me close the roof. Of what I'm here to fulfill, what my purpose is here, why I'm here. We each have something, and as far as me, it has a lot to do with helping people heal, right? And now when people hear that, though, the thing is that they have their own interpretation of what that is. You know, people who are hearing about these prophecies or visions or whatever, they know the words, but they don't know what it actually looks like. And I don't fully know what it actually looks like, so much less anyone else. And I'm the one who's actually walking the path. Okay? But I see glimpses of it through visions, because I have visions. That's one of my things. I get visions in different forms. Kind of like a That's So Raven. Sometimes they come like that. Sometimes they come in dreams. But I'll have visions and I see clips of what the full picture is in the near future of what it, what does it look like? What does it feel like to fulfill my purpose on the next level? And then as I continue to grow and become closer to that version of me, I see more and more of the vision until it's fully my reality. That's usually what happens as I grow anyways. So that's kind of what's been happening with me. And then I integrate here and there, and then obviously whatever in me is causing any blockages towards it, that's what I work on, and so on and so forth. Now, if I don't fully see what that vision is, then that means anyone else who's hearing about these visions or these prophecies over my life of what that looks like literally has absolutely no idea. The only interpretation that they have comes from their perspective, their experiences, their beliefs, etc. And notice how I kept saying there. It has nothing to do with me or what it actually looks like. And I say that to say that sometimes those people, whether they say it directly or indirectly, or they're passively aggressive about it, or it's in their body language or whatever, when I make choices that don't align with what they thought it should look like, I pick up on it. It's this like slight uncomfortability, or like a shift in their energy in the moment. And I say this because I'm speaking for myself, but I also, if this resonates with you, I'll also speak for you too. Don't try to fit into anyone else's made up version of what that vision is for you, or what that purpose is for you, because we all have a purpose here. All of us. And just because someone else can see their version of what that's quote unquote supposed to look like for you does not mean that you now use someone else's roadmap that comes from their life and their perspective as a way for you to fulfill what's meant for you. You will never get what's coming for you authentically, and you will never be able to receive your highest good following someone else's map. You're just going to create a bunch of situations that are not aligned with you. It's what's going to end up happening, that you now have to do the work to now clear out. It's just creating a problem that you're going to have to fix. It's just stupid. Use your own map, your map, and embrace the fact that you're not going to always know what it looks like all the time. And that as you grow, again, walk by faith and not by sight. And I don't say that out of belief. I say because belief and faith are two completely different things, very different concepts. I'm saying walk by faith and not by sight. Don't follow someone else's version of what's for you. You go within yourself to find out what that journey is, and take that journey with yourself, and be willing to be okay and sit in the uncomfortability of other people being upset or disappointed or whatever, and you not following what they thought it should look like, because they don't know at all what it actually looks like. Literally at all what it actually looks like. Again, they're basing whatever they're seeing for you off of their perceptions. It's also being filtered through things that they have not worked through, or what I would call their own inner demons. They're filtering it through their own wounds, their own perceived limitations. They're filtering it through their own experiences, through their own beliefs. And it's not going to look like anything they're saying at all. This is an inward journey. If you're really here to fulfill why you're here, among other things, yes, but if you're really truly here, if this is something that's really important to you, this is something that's very important to me. I mean, extremely important to me and my existence. If you are like that as well, you got to hunker down. You got to hunker down and be okay with the uncomfortability of disappointing people, even the people that you love most, that are closest to you, because those, especially those, are the ones that tend to have their own version of a vision for what they think your outcome is going to be. And a lot of times, if someone's doing that, then that means they're not conscious of the fact, and they're not doing the inward journey themselves for themselves to be able to realize and learn that their vision has nothing to do with you. Just like my vision for someone else has nothing to do with them. It's being filtered through my thoughts, my experiences, my everything. It's not theirs. So if you're really on this path to fulfill your purpose, understand that there are aspects where it's going to be lonely. It's going to be lonely in that way. It's going to be lonely in other ways too. I think I had like a short version of this conversation with my mom not too long ago. But it's lonely. It's lonely. But just embrace it, because understand that what you're heading towards is more important and more valuable than any temporary things that you're going through to get there, and the uncomfortabilities that are necessary to help mold you into the version of you that can sustain the level of reality that you're after. And this doesn't have to have anything to do with material things. If you want that too, there's nothing wrong with it too. But I'm speaking on purpose. So whatever comes with that journey, and it tends to be loneliness and a lot of people misunderstanding you, especially those that are closest to you, family, friends, loved ones, tend to misunderstand what that really is and what that may entail and what that looks like for you. You're the only one that can see any part of what that vision actually is. And even that is going to develop the more you grow into the version of you that can sustain so and so and so. So my advice to us, because I'm in this too, my advice to us is just keep your eye forward and keep your eye inward. You know how they say onward and upward, which is great too, but forward and inward. Don't look to the sides and start asking for opinions and like, what do you think it's going to look like? No. Don't start adding all this shit in your head. Keep your eye forward or upward, whatever, and inward. Because it's you going through here. That's going to lead you further and further along. And make sure that use it as your navigation, whatever's around you, whoever's around you, make sure that they are in alignment with the direction that you are going and the values that you have. Your core values, your principles, and that they actually respect your boundaries, that protect you. These are all key things, and it's going to get lonely. It's going to get lonely because people think, especially if they're your loved ones, even if they mean you well, they are going to project their own inner beliefs and journey and things that they're not directly dealing with themselves onto you and what they think that your journey is going to look like. And it's not going to look like anything that they're saying at all. It's not. So this also takes a level of self-trust. This is faith. This is also self-awareness. Environmental, social awareness. It also takes, like I said, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. To be okay with that. And that gives you also the foundation. That right there, what I just said, will give you the foundation to say what's needed to be said to uphold and assert your boundaries and your values and who you are, and make space for your energy and who you are, and make sure and assert safety, not just physical safety, emotional, spiritual, mental safety, and that you're choosing quality people that support you, love you, and value you. Just also understand the balance of the loneliness part, where even though you have people around you, they don't know what your vision is. They don't know what your journey entails. They don't know the demons that you're fighting. They don't know what walls you are working on within yourself and developing yourself in order to dissolve and then integrate so that you are whole as you go along. So this is a lonely journey. I mean, it's a 14-minute video now, but like, this is a lonely road. And again, people are going to try to fit you in their boxes, but you don't fit in a box. Really, I don't think any of us do. And the ones who live in a box is because you're choosing to live in a box, but that's a totally different conversation. But because they choose to live in a box, that's the place that they project from. That's the beliefs that they hold, the limitations that they hold tight to. And so therefore, that is what's affecting their perspective. And perspective is 9/10 reality. So to them, those are the limitations that are true for everyone. Although they're not, it's only true for them. And if, again, this is a separate conversation, but if they just realize that if you just let go of those limitations, your view would completely widen in a whole new way, and you would be able to see yourself and others in a new light. But anyways, don't feel like in any way you have to appease or abide by other people's limitations and projections and their visions of what your path and your purpose looks like. Follow your own. Go within. Go within. Be guided from within. And just follow that. No matter how uncomfortable this journey gets, and it gets really fucking uncomfortable. It's okay. In those moments, breathe. Remember the self-trust. Walk by faith, not by sight. I don't mean that in a Christian way. Half of you don't even know what that means. That's okay. That's another conversation. Walk by faith and not by sight. Keep it moving. And when there's uncomfortable decisions, make sure you're making the decision truthfully, that aligns with you and your core values. Never abandon those for anyone else's comfort or acceptance or anything like that. They can deal with their discomfort, it's fine. Never abandon yourself. You are your biggest investment and asset. Okay? I'm speaking to us. Much love.